Welcome to the H2Know Podcast, where we take you beyond the headlines and into the heart of Hamilton Community Schools. From classroom innovation and career pathways to success stories and community connections, this is your inside look at what makes Hamilton shine. Here's your host, Zach Harry.
We are back here with another edition of H2Know Podcast presented by Hamilton Community Schools. Another episode with this outstanding coworker of mine, Whitney Hobbs, Hawkeye Kids coordinator as well as Hawkeye Preschool coordinator. By the way, you can find the Hawkeye Preschool episode wherever you get your podcasts as well. We already taped one, so this is really take two for us. Whitney, Hawkeye Kids has been very successful. Year 3 now in the 25-26 school year for this program. It has filled a huge void in our district. Why don't you explain for those that don't know what Hawkeye Kids is, just kind of the schedule and why it even exists?
Yeah. So Hawkeye Kids is the before and after school care program here in Hamilton. And we also offer, beyond just your Monday through Friday before and after school care for the schedule, some of the scheduled full days and half days that are like on the school calendar, as well as snow days. So we have a couple extra offerings, and then we do a summer program. So we offer a summer program for a majority of the summer for anybody who wants to participate.
And where do these take place, and how does transportation happen if you need transportation?
Yeah. So we have Hawkeye Kids locations at all 3 of the elementary buildings. So Blue Star, Bentheim, and Hamilton L. And then the summer program last summer took place at Sandy View Elementary, and it's to be determined where it's going to be at this summer. So potentially Sandy View again, but because of the bond work, we're just kind of being flexible with that. So it will be one of the buildings, though, within Hamilton Community Schools.
How do you guys balance the academic piece, but also having fun? Because I think what's different in this program is, yes, it's a school program, but kids have already been in school all day, or in the morning instance, they're going to go to school. So you really don't want to burn them out, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you kind of find that balance?
Yeah. So a lot of what we do with the kiddos is, again, just the relationship building, having it be a safe place that they can kind of come, hang out, socialize as a positive way with friends, and maybe get to see some friends that they don't get to see throughout the day. We do more of the academic piece and after school. So if there is, homework that kids want to work on, our staff is there to help them. If there's things that they want to get done prior to going to class, they're welcome to do that as well. So we don't place a super emphasis on the academic pieces unless it's something that, that's a goal that one of our students is working on. But really, we just try to have it be just a positive space for them to come, communicate, relax. A lot of these kiddos get there right at 6:30 in the morning, and some of them are there all day, go to school, and are with us until they're picked up after school. So we really just want it to be a safe place where they can kind of come, relax. We do a lot of really fun activities, some STEM activities. We try to do some arts and crafts activities. We try to do some math activities through card games and just pretend play. It kind of varies because we have such a wide range of ages that come to our program. So we do always try to get some outside time and just really try to be kind of a fun space for kids to just kind of come and be with their friends.
And you touched on even school breaks, right? Like fall break recently happened, and you guys were at the community pool. So you're using resources in our community, some field trips. Touch on that a little bit.
Yeah. So during our half days and full days, our site supervisors do activities throughout the day. So some of that could be, scavenger hunts around the school, outside. Some of it could be group games. This year, we are really blessed to be able to use our community pool on all of our full days that we are offering programming by doing swimming in the afternoons. And then as part of that, we get free mini swim lessons from Miss Carrie Prince. So all of our kiddos get to participate in that who are signed up for the full day programming. So just to kind of add in a little more enrichment for our students, maybe some of them have been to the pool, but a lot of them had not. So I'm just getting to kind of experience what we have right here in Hamilton is really cool.
And this is a really affordable option compared to maybe hiring a sitter or something like that. Tuition. Talk about tuition, the cost, and just what all goes into it. What's the registration look like? Is it tedious? What do parents need to know?
Yeah. So the cost for the Monday through Friday, it's $11.50 per session per day. So the AM is one session, the PM is another session. And we do also offer sibling discounts because we know when you have one or more kids, it can really start to add up. So we do a sibling discount there. And then for the half days, it's $30 for the whole day or for the whole half day. And then it's full days and snow days is $50 for the full day. So we do try to make it as affordable as possible for families. And to just try to be a resource within Hamilton because there really aren't a lot of those options around. The students love actually being all together. It's kind of fun to bring all the students from all the different buildings. I think kids that maybe are at Blue Star but have friends at Bentheim and they don't get to see each other all the time. So it kind of just is a fun way to get everybody together. The enrollment piece of that is we have parents enroll in ProCare, which is the system that we use to kind of sign in, sign out kids. It's the system we use for billing. We use it for a lot of different things to communicate. So they enroll there first, and then once we get their ProCare enrollment, then our site supervisor reaches out with a Google form where parents can pick which days and times they want to sign their student up for. And the reason we do it that way is because we really try to be as a la carte as possible. So we want it to be something where parents are really only paying for what they're using. And so you can pick as little as one session a week up to 20 sessions a week if you're doing, AMs and PMs. So you can pick as much or as little as you absolutely want to. You can do it where you're only picking full days and half days and snow days and not any of the Monday through Friday. So we really try to keep it as a la carte to meet as many of the needs in the community as possible for the families. That's really what our goal is of the program, is to be accessible, affordable, and just to be a safe space for the kids in Hamilton.
Accept child development and care payments. Explain how that works, what that even is for somebody who maybe needs some help with tuition as far as Hawkeye Kids goes.
Yeah. So CDC payments are through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. We are a provider for that. So what someone who's interested in that it would do is they would reach out to their local MDHHS office. And they apply through there, and then they would list us as their provider. Each building has a different provider ID. So once they get to that point, that's where we would provide our information. And we are happy to help. We do a lot of these. And so we're happy to help help parents through that or whoever is applying. You would list us as your provider. And then all that application process goes through MDHHS. And then once the child or student or students are approved, then it comes to us and we're notified. And then we start being able to bill on their behalf. And then the payments are paid through the CDC payments to us.
Let's talk about snow days and full days off, because I honestly don't even really know this answer. How does food work as far as full days and even snow days? I mean, is somebody coming in from the food service office to cook, or what does that look like?
So we actually offer food for half days as well, which is, I think, something that's a little bit unique. So for the half days, it is supplied by Paul and his amazing staff. They have lunches ready for us to go at all three of the elementary locations while students wait for a bus, which transports them from Blue Star in Bentheim over to Hamilton L, where everybody convenes. So we're all in one location for the afternoon. So Paul's group does a great job making sure that we're fed really well. The full days and the snow days, it's kind of a mixture. So sometimes we reach out to Paul and we say, "Hey, Paul, would you guys be able to help us out with, some pizzas or some lunches?" But a lot of the times we actually use Giuliano's local here in Hamilton. One, just to kind of give Paul and his staff a little bit of a break, but also to kind of have it be a special treat for the kids that come and to support a local business. So we kind of try to mix it up a little bit, depending on how many snow days we get in a row or how many full days we have in a row. It's kind of something that the kids look forward to, is like Giuliano's Friday. So we just try to mix it up. But Paul's been really great. He, anytime we've ever needed any sort of lunches or anything like that, his staff is great to pull them all together, and then they have them ready for us at all of our locations. So
Paul Keen is the best. We want to thank our community sponsors here on the H2Know podcast, as we do every episode. 42 of them jumped on board for the Hawkeye Hometown series this year. 3 of our platinum sponsors that we want to highlight in today's episode: Pole Farms, Sheard Construction, and Skipper Concrete. Thank you 3 very much for your support of the Hawkeye Hometown series and Hamilton Community Schools. Hawkeye Kids summer was eventful.
Yeah.
You took a lot of field trips. It felt like you were downtown Grand Rapids at museums. Touch on some of those field trips, because I think it's such an immersive experience.
So it was a full team effort. The transportation team was great, making sure that we got to where we needed to go safe and timely, which wasn't always easy with 50 plus kids, but they were fabulous. And Paul, again, making sure that we were well fed. It was really they made it very easy, but we wanted students to be able to experience West Michigan. And so we tried to do at least 2 field trips a week, either to a local park or to somewhere local, like a local museum, and just to kind of get kids out there and just to be able to see what's out there. Some of these students might be able to do that with their families and some may not. And so we just wanted everybody to have the opportunity to experience as much as possible. Each of our weeks in the summer is themed. And so our field trips were around those themes. So some of the ones we did, we loved to go to the Wayland Splash Pad and Park. That was kind of a local park we went to a lot. We went to the Whitecaps game for Splash Day. That was really fun. A lot of our students had never been to a Whitecaps game. Went to Millennium Park, and we were able to do that. We went to the planetarium, and then we were able to see some of the exhibits within that museum. Trying to think of what other ones we did. I feel like we did so many. We went to the community pool several times, which I think was the kids' favorite, to be honest with you. And it's right here in Hamilton, so it's something that, they can do even when they're not at summer camp. Arc Lab in Holland, which is like a STEM-based lab. That was really fun. They got to kind of explore and create and do all sorts of fun, messy things. Yeah, just a lot of really fun things that we try to give them experiences. And it's summer, right? Like, let's have fun.
I love that.
Learn a little bit while we're doing it.
That's awesome. Sessions run 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. and 3:45 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Is that correct?
Yep.
$11.50 per session per child. Touch on where parents can find information, how they sign up, how they register. What if I'm a parent right now in November? School year's already started. Can I still sign up?
Yeah, you can sign up anytime for Hawkeye Kids. We have enrollment all year round. We realize schedules change, work schedules change, bus schedules change. A lot of things change during the year. So our enrollment is open all year round. You can register if you go to the Hamilton Community Schools website and for parents drop-down tab. We have a Hawkeye Kids tab there. And there's a couple links there for registration. So there is one for current families, like if you're a returning family, you've been with us before, or brand new families. And so you will follow those links. The first step for new families is to do the ProCare link, and then we will follow up with you, and your site supervisor will follow up with a Google link so we can know what days you want to come. And then for returning families, since you're already in ProCare, you don't need to redo the ProCare part, but then we'll send you the Google link to see what days you want to join us. So the sign up is relatively easy. And then again, the invoicing all is pretty much automatic. It goes right through ProCare as well. So it's pretty easy peasy. We like to keep it simple. We think, pick up, drop off, getting everybody where they need to be is complicated enough. So we really try to keep it as simple as possible. And we really just try to be a service to families however we can do that.
We touched on this at the beginning of the episode, but the void that this is filling in the Hamilton community. I mean, affordable before and after school care was huge. And I remember when we announced this as a district 3 years ago, a huge deal. And that's because of our staff, right? I mean, touch on just finding staff and finding people to fill these roles, because having all 3 elementary schools open before and after, that's a heavy lift for a community like Hamilton. Touch on the people that make all this possible.
Yeah, we have an amazing staff at Hawkeye Kids. A lot of them have been with us since the inception of the program, and they are truly dedicated to what they do. Very passionate people, and they do a phenomenal job in just all of the things that comes with, working with school-age kids. We have a site supervisor and a support staff at each of our locations, and we have 2 support staff actually at Hamilton L, one in the AM and one in the PM. So these people, they are there at 6:15 in the morning, and they are there till 6 p.m. at night, and they work incredibly hard making sure that there are fun activities for kiddos to do. And they're down there and they're interacting with these kiddos. They're creating positive relationships with kiddos. A lot of our students are sad to go. Once they've reached 4th grade and they're moving on to 5th grade, they come back and they see us because they really miss that relational piece that they had with their Hawkeye Kids staff. And our staff are really, really awesome at what they do, to be honest. Again, they make my job super easy. They just, the way they interact with kids and they create those connections with kids and they talk about their interests, and you can just tell that they're really passionate about what they do. And I'm just really blessed to be able to work with all the staff that I get to work with. And the kids love to come in and see them. They can't wait to show them what they did during the day or tell them what they got to do on the weekend. And it's just really cool to see. And a lot of our staff is really good about building our kiddos up, getting them set to start the day well. And you're going to have a great day today. And, I hope you have a marvelous Monday, and just really making sure they start their day off well, and sometimes picking them up when maybe the day didn't go as they wanted it. And so they're just there to do a lot of that really relational piece. And I think that's super important.
A huge shout out to our Hawkeye Kids staff, and a shout out to you, Whitney, for building Hawkeye Kids up and making it what it is. 6:30 a.m. begins before school care every day, Monday through Friday, all the way up to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Again, young 5s through 4th grade at Bentheim, Hamilton L, and Blue Star Elementary. Just a huge, again, I can't get over just the void that this is filling in our community. Thank you for being on, Whitney. We appreciate it. And again, if you want information on Hawkeye Kids, hamiltonschools.us under the For Parents tab, click on that Hawkeye Kids webpage, or you can email Whitney directly. whobbs@hamiltonschools.us. Thank you again for joining us on this H2Know podcast. You can follow along anywhere you get your podcasts, as well as YouTube and the Hamilton Community Schools Facebook page. Have a great day, Hawkeye Nation.